Hey guys, welcome to another podcast, podcast number 5, sports. So first, we're gonna do NBA current players at each position, best at each position. Let's just see if the audio is working. So first, we're gonna do NBA current players.
That's good.
At each position. Yeah, because the mic's good. Alright, yeah, this is the first time I'm using this mic, which is a lot better than it was. Because the last time we did this, it sounded bad. Okay, do you want to do yours first? Or
Sure. For point guards, I have number 1, John Morant. I mean, kind of obvious.
John Morant fan.
Yeah.
Him.
2, Steph Curry. Obviously, he's second greatest point guard of all time.
Yeah.
And he's not too far off of his prime. 3, Luka. He'll soon be 1. He's just all around besides defense, but he's an elite scorer and playmaker. Kyrie at number 4. He's one of the best handles of all time, one of the best finishers in the league. He can shoot very well.
I think his second best handles of all time, behind AI.
At 5, I have a tie between Trey and Dame. I would have Dame higher if he did play last year, but I'm just going to put him as an honorable mention just because he didn't. But he would be up there if he did play. And Trey is just a lesser Kyrie, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 1 at point guard is Steph Curry for me.
That's so hateful.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I have to say that now. He just won another ring after his team has been suffering for 2 years, 3, because of injuries ever since the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson got hurt in that series. They were never the same until now.
And then they lost KD.
Yeah, they went through a lot, but nothing as like the Pistons and everything. Like they've been through more because they haven't won in so long. 2 is Luka Doncic for me. He can do anything.
Besides defense.
Yeah, he's like all right, but he's not good at defense. You know, like he's just slow. He's not even athletic either. 3, I have Kyrie Irving. He could do anything on offense. He's like a pretty good perimeter defender too. He's not even bad at that. 4 is Dame. I would definitely say that if he played last year. Yeah. 5, I have John Morant. I put Dame in front of him. The season before, last season, he was very good. He could do anything on offense that you want. He can finish. He's a great finisher. He can even dunk.
He's a good leader.
Yeah. He carries literally every season. Like, they only had CJ McCollum at 2. He wasn't even, like a few years ago, he was, like, good, but, like, not like now that he's great. But he's been on that team for his whole career. He's so loyal, too. Next year, I'll have Ja at probably, like, 3.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, Dame has been good his whole career. I expect him to be.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ja's better right now, though.
Yeah, I could say that. I'm not even mad at that.
Dame hasn't played in a year.
Yeah.
If he played last year, it'd be easier to tell.
Yeah. So, shooting guard next. Well, John Morant, he could do anything on offense.
And he's not too bad of a defender.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Like the one block.
Like he's better than most point guards at defense. He had a few good blocks too.
Well, I'll go first for shooting guards. At 1, I have Devin Booker. He's basically a mini Kobe. He can do anything on offense. He's a good playmaker, good on defense. He's just an all-around player. And he's clutch and leads his team. They had the best one of the best offenses last year, mainly because of him. At 2, I have James Harden. Elite scorer, what he can be. He was more of a playmaker last year, but he's a great playmaker. He can do anything, and he's improved a lot on defense. At 3, Donovan Mitchell. He's an all-around player, mainly an offensive scorer and playmaker. and one of the better defenders on shooting guards. 4, Bradley Beal, an elite scorer, not really too well in defense, but he's loyal and clutch player. 5, Zach LaVine, extremely athletic, great finisher. He can shoot and play defense also.
My list is the same, but Devin Booker and James Harden are switched. I have James Harden at 1.
Sounds hateful.
Yeah, he is. I don't know why people say he's washed. He wasn't even that bad last year. I mean, how do you think it's his fault of losing the playoffs if Embiid was out? Like, that's tough. Like, our backup, the 76ers backup centers, like, they're not guys that you would want on center. Like, right now, I think it would be tough. They would have won in that playoffs against the Heat if Embiid played. Literally, they won 2 in a row when he came back, but then
he had like a 40-point game, didn't he, Harden?
Yeah, he around there, like 30 plus.
He's a clutch player.
Yeah, he's not even bad in the playoffs. Like literally, how do you think he's bad in the playoffs? He averages like 30 that one year on the Rockets too. It's nothing about this year, but like I still like you're still underrating him in the playoffs. Like he's not bad in the playoffs.
He can do things.
Yeah, he just doesn't win because his teammates let him down. Like Chris Paul, he's not that good in the playoffs. Except for last year, not well.
The year before.
Yeah.
He was bad this year.
Yeah, 2 Devin Booker, 3 Donovan Mitchell, 4 Bradley Beal. Imagine if he was good at defense. He really offensive player.
He'd be 1.
Yeah. Around, yeah.
I mean, he's probably the best scorer.
Yeah.
Man,
right now. James Harden would be if he was the same player. He's more of a playmaker now, James Harden.
Yeah. He switched up roles due to his age.
5, Zach LaVine. He's weird. He's like inconsistent a lot. Like he's great a lot. He's also like, he's like good, but like you don't think of him that much. Cause he was like the only player that was good on that team for a long time. All right, small forward.
One LeBron, pretty simple. He's LeBron. I hate him, but he's still LeBron. 2, Paul George. You could really switch the 4 after LeBron around, and it wouldn't be that bad. They all have different strengths. I just think Paul George is the most complete out of all of them. 3, Jimmy Buckets. Extremely clutch player, great in the playoffs, great leader. He can do anything. But I just think Paul George is slightly better. He's been doing it for longer.
He's also carried the team this whole season because he had no Kawhi.
4, I got Tatum. You could switch him around, but he can do a lot. He kind of fell apart in the finals, but he's a young player, and he could easily fix that. If he fixes that, he's probably number 2 for me. At 5, I have Andrew Wiggins. I would put DeMar DeRozan, but I had him at power forward because I'm pretty sure he played more power forward this year. So Wiggins overlooked because of Curry, Clay, and Draymond, but he was the main player in that final series, and he's an amazing defender and finisher.
Yeah, that's a good list. 1, I have LeBron. I can't hate him because I'm grateful I have a player that's very, very good in this generation. Top 2 player of all time. Behind Jordan. 2, Jimmy Butler. He works so hard. He's a really good hustler. He's very good at defense. I think Paul George is better at defense though, but Jimmy Butler, I feel like I don't know how he makes it that far in the playoffs these years. Like he made the finals. Nobody would have guessed them.
That's overlooked.
Yeah.
Insane.
I would have never guessed that they would be in the finals. Paul George 3. He literally is the only one on a team basically Kawhi out last season. 4, Jason Tatum. He made it all the way to the finals with a great team though, but he was incredible in the season. In the playoffs, he was great. He had a slow start to the season though. Like they weren't playoff teams until mid-season because they were like, I think they were a losing record before the All-Star break.
After they won.
Yeah, they won so much in a row.
20 games.
Yeah.
And then a few losses.
And I do have DeMar DeRozan at 5 on small forward. He was incredible. He was like MVP at some point, but then he
Before
just
the
like
All-Star break, maybe.
yeah, he like stopped after like he lost that record like with Jordan. Power forward next.
Number one, Giannis, easily best player in the NBA by a good amount. Two, Kevin Durant, top five player right now, the greatest scorer of all time probably. Not too bad at defense, good leader, and good in the playoffs when they make the playoffs. Three, Kawhi, probably top five defender in the league right now. Good. He's a two-way scorer. He can shoot. He can finish. What you need. He's what you need in a power forward. Four, DeMar, best mid-range shooter in the league at the moment. Great defender, big, good leader, clutch, can do a lot. Five, Zion, freak of nature, just crazy. He can probably the best in-game dunker due to his size and athleticism. Just all around great big man. Okay.
One is Giannis, the best player in the league. He definitely is. I hope he would be one on your list. Two, Kevin Durant, best, greatest scorer of all time. Here, I think of scoring like this, not like Abdul-Jabbar scoring like most points. I think of like, oh, KD can finish. He can shoot anything, anywhere on the court. He can shoot anywhere.
Threes.
Yeah, even deep threes. He's like almost 7 foot. I don't know how he's moving like this. Like they usually get injured so much, but he's not like a big injury. Yeah, he's not even injury prone, and he's tall. He had like 2 injuries that one season on the Warriors, but that's a thing that happens to every player. Three, I have Kawhi. Did you have him on your list, or did you not want him because
I had him at 3.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to tell that he hasn't played, but I didn't even talk about the playoff run he had with the Raptors. He led that team to the finals.
Yeah. One more
and
thing.
with the Spurs too. He did that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One more thing about KD. Why are you saying that he was bad in the playoffs last year? Literally, that it probably is his worst playoff series ever. Even though he was like averaging 25. That's probably the low for him in the playoffs. That's crazy because that's still good. Kawhi, definitely, I say the best defender in the league, like perimeter. I really do think he's literally the claw with his huge hands. He's a great scorer too. He's one of the best scorers of all time too. Just not as good as threes as Durant. I just switched this. I had Pascal Siakam at 5, but Zion I switched because I forgot all about him. One of my favorite players. Yeah, power forward is a stacked player
you didn't
position.
Say anything about AD.
Oh yeah, I skipped AD. 4 is Anthony Davis.
Injury prone, but
yeah.
Besides that,
they would have made the playoffs.
Amazing scorer.
Losing in the first round last year, if he played, I think they would make the playoffs.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah. I wish he wasn't. He's one of the best power forwards of all time, so he could do anything. But last year, he I don't think he could shoot threes anymore. Like he's getting worse at shooting and free throws. Like I don't know what happened, but
I don't think he'll be on this list next year.
Yeah, I think he will. Actually, Zion will pass him. I think.
And I think Pascal could, if Pascal steps up even more.
Yeah.
And if he has another down year.
Center. A pretty stacked position, but it's top 3 is easy. Like I bet we both have the same top 3.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So, one, they're interchangeable. Embiid, one of the most dominant players of our generation, but Jokic also won back-to-back MVPs and his crazy stats. So I would say it's a tie for 1. 3, Cat, greatest shooting center ever. Greatest 3-point shooting.
I think big man ever. Like, well, I'm not counting KD in this, but like, I don't consider him like a big man because he's tall, but like he's not big.
Yeah. 4, DeAndre Ayton. He just brings a lot to the team, and I think it's overlooked. I think he's really underrated just because of the other stars on his team. He's a great defender and a great finisher around the rim.
Also, I heard a source that he's probably not playing for his Suns next year.
Mm-mm.
So that's huge for the Suns. I don't know if they might not even make the playoffs, which is scary for
CP3
CP3
a huge
too.
part about their team, their offense, and it'll be cool to see how good he really can be if he gets a team that really can use him.
Yeah, like him. What if he's by himself? That would be cool. Here, I'm not comparing him to Shaq. I'm not trying to, but he plays kind of like him. But like Shaq left a Magic. I think he was the best on of Magic. I really do. But we can talk about Shaq and Magic again in this podcast. But they both leave their first team and they're dominant. I can see Ayton as a very dominant center. Like, I really do.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's really tall.
Yeah.
At 5, I got Bam, one of the best offensive centers and one of the best defensive centers.
Yeah.
If he could be more consistent, he would be probably 4 for me.
That's it.
For sure.
I have a tie. I can't say who's better. Embiid and Jokic are the same. They're different in ways. Jokic is worse at defense. Not stat wise, really. Like, I don't really care about stats. I care about percentages. But Embiid's a better shooter. He's stronger. He's better at defense, in my opinion. It's interior and perimeter. But I have them tied. 3 is Cat. You have to have him at 3. I don't know why you want it. I mean, maybe I'll count him as 2 because I tied 2 people. So I'm gonna say he's 2. 3 is Gobert. He's an underrated scorer in the paint. He's one of the best paint scorers like right now. Like he's underrated there. He didn't really get the ball in the playoffs also. So I think that's Donovan's fault. That's why I lowered him as a good player because passing matters so much. 4 Bam, and then 5 I would have DeAndre Ayton too. We have a debate. Is Ja better than Prime Russ and D Rose?
Not Russ.
Or, yeah.
He could be better than Russ though.
Yeah.
If he develops his shooting more, I feel like he's good at everything else.
He will develop his shooting, but
and his defense could get better. Perimeter defense.
I think Russ will always be better in his prime than him. It'll be close at some point.
I think it'd be cool to see if the Grizzlies team keeps developing around him. Like Jaren Jackson Jr. last year took a huge step up.
Yeah.
Desmond Bane went from a 26th pick in the first round to one of the best players and one of the best shooters in the league.
I also would like to see another good MVP performance like Russ, like triple-double, 30-point. That is incredible. We might never see that again until 20 years later. Like, that's one in generation talent or MVP.
I think what I would say is that he could, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, I think
it's 50-50. He could or he can't. But he'll be close unless no big injuries.
Yeah, it will be close. I hope no big injuries.
D Rose, he's better than Prime D Rose already.
I don't know about yet. I think next year, yes. Though that's.
I think Prime D Rose is one of the most overrated players. He probably would be better if he didn't get injured, but
I do agree.
Get injured, so.
I do agree. He's overrated at that point. But he did win MVP. He almost brought his team to the finals if he didn't get injured.
LeBron probably should have won MVP that year.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Will Chet be great?
Same thing, 50-50.
Yeah, he could be good.
He could be
or great.
He could be the next Giannis, or he could be the next
good role player, but or bad player, bad.
Thon
Thon Maker. Like a Thon Maker, maybe. That good. That's how bad it could be. But I like him. I like how he's so cocky. I love it. I love how he's so confident. I like players like that. uh, it makes me more excited for him. I really hope he's good though.
Next question. Was Paulo the right pick? I don't hate it, but I would rather have Jabari. But Paulo is one of the. He could be an amazing wing scorer, and that's what really the league is right now. So if
Yeah.
he can be as great as he was in college, yeah, he's the right pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. I would pick Jabari just because he's more all around and he's better defender, but I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's the wrong pick.
If Paulo was good at defense, yeah, that was the right pick. I think if he develops good defense, then yes, I really think he's the right pick. But if he is not good at defense, then that's huge because this center era is incredible. Everybody, they're all scorers now. Like, they're athletic. Like, 10 years ago, like,
It was all paint dominant.
yeah, like Dwight Howard, he couldn't shoot. All of these guys
Shaq
can
can't
shoot.
shoot.
They're athletic. Well, Shaq and Dwight are athletic, but they're not like they can't shoot like
Yeah,
now.
they can't play on that perimeter.
So he better be able to develop his defense, and then he will be the right pick, and he will be a superstar if he does have good defense. I think he's gonna be a good scorer though.
Alright, moving over to NFL question real quick before we go back to the NBA. Where will OBJ go?
This is the only possibility for me for the Rams, but I'm gonna have another team for him. I think the only time he would be going to the Rams would be like week 6, 8, somewhere during the regular season, because he's gonna be out. He has an ACL tear from the Super
I
Bowl.
don't think he'll sign.
I don't.
Offseason.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If
either.
he does,
I don't see
it's
it.
either the Rams or the Browns.
Yeah, I don't.
Because he said something about going back to the Browns.
I really don't see the Browns. Him going to the Browns.
I
like,
didn't before, but he said he wouldn't. He's not opposed to the idea. So
I
I feel like they need him. Probably they need more receivers.
yeah.
It's possible, but it's probably not going to happen.
I mean, obviously the Browns didn't want him after a while because I don't know why would they want him now? Like they already didn't want him like last season.
And why would he really want to go there? They're having
I don't
quarterback
know.
problems right now.
Yeah, I don't.
He could be having Jacoby Brissett throwing him the ball.
I don't see him going there. I feel like a team that I would like to go is the Buccaneers. That would be incredible.
He would be like a wide receiver 4 though.
Yeah, I think 3. They don't have they don't have Brown anymore.
But they have Russell Gage. So
yeah, I think he'll be over him at some point.
Probably.
Because
maybe like a few weeks into the season if
Yeah.
they sign him late.
Yeah, he wouldn't start right away though because just like when they got AB, he had a slow start because they were so good and he hasn't played in a while.
He had to get used to the offense.
Yeah, that's what I think would happen to Beckham too. Will Curry go back to back or win another chip again?
I don't think so. I feel like there's too many dominant teams right now.
Yeah, he's getting up in age now. Their whole team is. They're
like,
gonna have Jordan Poole.
I feel like he could, but I don't think he will. I feel like
if he will, it's next year.
There's a lot of teams in the West. The Grizzlies, the Mavericks, and the Clippers. There's lots of teams that could. I'm definitely forgetting some of the Lakers. There's lots of teams that could contend.
Yeah, if Curry would win another chip again, it would be next year. I don't see it when he gets older. He's gonna slow down in like 3 or 4 years, so I really don't think he'll be good again after that because he would only be a 3-point shooter. He wouldn't be able to run like he now does. Like what happened to Ray Allen. Like he couldn't. He was a really good finisher, incredible, and dunker. But then at some point he was just a catch and shoot guy, not a backup too. So that's what I think will happen to Curry in like 5 years from now. He's already 34, so that's pretty old.
Alright, next question. How much does LeBron have left in the tank? I think he's got about a few years, maybe.
You know what? I think
It could be like
5 or 7 years. I think he'll be good.
Could be like Tom.
Yeah, but in 7 years, I think he'll be still like an all-star. Not like now though. Like he's so good right now, but he'll be good.
I feel like he'll have to change the way he plays. Though I feel like he'll be more of a playmaker, like what Harden did.
Yeah, cause he'll be slower.
He won't be able to dunk as much.
Yeah, he's still like slowing down on dunking, but that doesn't matter for me. for him
he's
getting
still
worse.
the second best player ever.
Yeah, he.
If he wins a few more championships, he could be the greatest ever.
Yes, I do think he could be the GOAT at some point for me.
If he wins 2 more, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
If he wins 1 more, you could argue he's the GOAT. Like, he already can, so if he wins 1 more, then...
I wouldn't be mad anymore that he's the GOAT. I just get kind of mad sometimes. But, like, I don't know why. I like having LeBron in this generation. I'm happy that I get to watch a player like him. We're lucky to watch him. That's why I don't want to hate on him. That's why I'm done hating on Tom Brady. I'm respecting their greatness. Because we're the people to see that.
I really hated them because they were dominating.
I know, yeah. Until he got to the Buccaneers, and then I didn't really hate him anymore because he was actually like different. He wasn't like always like mad and crying. Now he's just like a funny guy. He like changed. I feel like Bill Belichick changed them like into robots or something.
Yeah.
Like Mac Jones was like, he was like trying to be a funny guy, but then at some point he was like talking like a robot.
Mm-hmm. The interviews are funny when he's in the same interview with him, but when he's not, he's like laughing and smoking cigars and stuff. But when Bill Belichick's around, he's like a robot.
He probably tells him to act different.
He hacked him.
Yeah. Will Russell Westbrook bounce back next season?
He could.
I think he will.
He's staying now, right?
Yeah. He got signed for one season.
Fanboy.
Yep, I am. But it's kind of sad to see him downfall like that. That was awful last season. He was so bad. He did have good stats though, but almost a triple-double. But I don't really know. He played awful. His shooting was awful. I don't know what happened. A few years ago, his free throw percentage went down so much, like 20%. That's awful. He used to be so good at free throws, like good, like Jordan and stuff, like that good. Cause they changed the rule of that routine. Like he used to walk back to half court before he shot his free throw, and then after that he was bad. That's how much routines matter. But in shooting in general, he just got worse. I don't know what happened.
Maybe just his age.
So, do you know how hard it is to play for 3 different teams in every year?
Double for 2 of them.
Yeah. How do you do that? Like
the average is triple double.
Yeah.
Rockets and the Wizards.
Rockets, Wizards, and then Lakers in 3 years. How do you know how hard that would be with different coaches too, and players, and game plan, everything changes. You think it's that easy? I think it would be pretty decent next season. Like, I don't know. I think it would be pretty good for them. Like, it was just his only bad year in like since his first 2 years. So, I think that pretty much tells you the point. 3 teams in 3 years. That's tough. The Jordan versus LeBron debate. How close is this?
It's extremely close.
Yeah, Jordan.
Very,
I pick him.
LeBron's constantly building up a portfolio. I think by the end of his career, he will be the GOAT.
He can do more than Jordan. He does more. He's bigger. He can shoot threes.
Arguably plays more talent because even the role players are really talented nowadays. Just because like evolution.
Jordan couldn't really shoot threes. Did you see his percentages? It's awful, but
it's a different game now.
Yeah, but if you think Jordan was good at threes, then you play too much 2K because he's not an A+ on threes, so that's dumb. He is like average at threes. Jordan's more of a winner. LeBron just goes to like super teams and then they win.
Because of him, though, mainly. He is the main guy.
Yeah. With like the Heat, and then he went to Lakers to form a super team that year after he went there. With 80, and then he tried to Westbrook. It's not working so far. I hope it does, because I want Westbrook to get a ring so bad. But I picked Jordan. He's a winner, better finisher, better at defense. Not interior though, but perimeter matters for me more because he's not in the paint the whole time. Or LeBron.
He's a guard. So.
Yeah, and LeBron's only a small forward, so he's not in the paint. Chase downs, yeah, like I say interior because like you see all these blocks a lot, but he's rarely in the paint, so you don't really get to tell.
All right. You want to do the questions before we do that?
What question?
We could do those.
Okay, yeah. How will Cortland Sutton play with Russell Wilson?
I know you're high on him, but I want to see him play good.
Yeah.
Before I
You could talk about Judy too. How do you think he'll play too?
I feel like Judy has already proved that he's one of the best route runners in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the kind of receiver Russell Wilson thrives with. Like Tyler Lockett's an amazing route runner, and he made him really good.
I think Cortland Sutton and Judy could be top 10, but I think one of them will be top 15. Not both of them top 10. That's rare to have. Cortland Sutton will be. I think he'll be top 10.
I feel like Judy will be better.
Also get him in fantasy.
I feel like Judy will be better just because he's more talented. He has way more talent.
Cortland Sutton's not slow either, and he's tall. Kind of crazy. He has injury problems, but not injury prone. It was like last year and the year before, but like I don't think it's gonna happen this year. I hope not too. If it does, they won't keep him. I don't see it, but I think it'd be very good for Russ because he's Sutton always been good with awful quarterbacks like Drew Lock. Bridgewater was not that bad, but like he's not the guy that you want.
He's not Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's an actual good quarterback.
Top 10 for you.
Yeah, and you'll see that he's top 10 on our list. Next question: Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins in free agency.
I think they need to bring back both 100% if they want to contend.
I don't see them both going because that's a lot of money. Also, they both want a lot of money.
I think Poole's the right guy.
Yeah, I think
he's younger.
I think he's going back, but not Andrew Wiggins. I think he's leaving.
I think Wiggins is better right now.
The only scenario of him going there is if he gets lowballed, like he doesn't need all the money he says.
If he wants to contend.
Like James Harden did, he's gonna be back because he's not going all for the money. He just wants to
I think what
contend.
Wiggins should do is go to either the Grizzlies or the Mavericks, because I feel like he'd be instantly come in, be a starter, and do what he did for the Warriors.
But imagine if he went to Clippers. That's not possible, but
I don't think that's the right player.
They just got John Wall.
Yeah, they just need to go. Yeah, they have no money anymore.
Their bench is not that good though. I don't see why people think the Clippers winning 60 games. I think they're going in the 50s. Not finals, maybe in the conference finals, and then the next year they can win the finals. I think that's better. Kawhi Leonard, I think, would be better than ever. I said that about Kevin Durant when he came back, and he was better than ever, basically. But I still think he's better on the Thunder, but he's been playing better than he's done in the Warriors ever.
DeJounte Murray trade. I feel like the Spurs should have gotten more out of it. Like they could. I don't think that's hateful. I think that's about what he's worth. But I feel like they could have gotten more. And they're
not gonna get high first round picks
out of the Hawks because now they're gonna be contenders for the Eastern Conference.
The Spurs were already one of the worst teams,
and now they're probably the worst team in their conference, and maybe the NBA.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson is their best player. Keldon Johnson is not good enough to lead an NBA
he's
team.
Good, but
he's a good role player.
I wouldn't take him.
He's borderline star.
Yeah.
Hawks absolutely won the trade. Only 3 first-round picks, and then Danilo Gallinari. He was old and just costing them money. I think they're contenders now.
Yeah.
With Trey, John Collins, and now
that's a special team. 2 good guards. They
also have DeAndre Hunter.
And then you need a big man, and they do.
They have Clint Capella.
Yeah, they do have one.
Who's probably going to be gone. They could easily.
Yeah.
There's rumors that they trade for Vucevic from the Bulls.
Yeah, I don't see them having Capella next year.
I feel like if they get Vucevic, they're definitely contenders.
Yeah. Because he's very good, too, and he played good last year.
He's a better offensive player.
Yeah. He's just weird. I don't know. He's not the biggest scorer ever. Like, he might average, 12 points. But that's not bad, because hopefully his defense can be good. Dark horse NBA team.
feel like the Pistons could make a run.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham. Didn't they get Jalen Duren?
Yeah, because because he got traded like 3 times, 2 times.
Sadiq Bey. They got a good young team.
Why would anybody trade Duren? Like, why would the Knicks do that too? Like, and the Hornets, they both traded him in the draft.
Yeah.
That's a dumb move, I think, because the Hornets got a different guy that is a center, but I think he's definitely worse.
I'm trying to think of NBA teams that are like in the middle.
The Hornets could be good, but they're gonna lose Miles Bridges. He's not going back. I know he's not for a fact.
I think the Grizzlies are gonna be better, but they were already a top team.
Last year they would have been dark
better.
horse because nobody thought. I didn't think. Actually,
I wasn't really expecting.
They made the playoffs before that, right?
Trailblazers for me are probably my dark horse.
Yeah.
They got Jeremy Grant, and I'm pretty
I
sure they
forgot
got
about that.
someone in the draft. I forget who.
Yeah. Dame is good. He carries, obviously.
He brought them to the playoffs before.
Every time. Almost every year.
And now he has Jeremy Grant, who's a great offensive scorer.
Even when Dame was young, they made it a lot. Like, every year. Do you have any more questions? Like, can you think of any?
No. Not really.
What about Kemba Walker? Like, he's like, last year he got benched in the middle of the season.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen?
Have him also.
Yeah. How do you think he's going to do?
I think he's been falling off for so long.
Yeah, he's going to be bad.
He's been terrible.
Yeah, he was not even in the bench last year. That's bad. He was not even a bench warmer. That's awful. Yeah, that's bad.
We could do finals and Super Bowl predictions. Finals predictions, I have probably the Mavericks, Grizzlies, or Warriors coming out of the West. And for the East, I have Bucks, Sixers, Celtics again.
Yeah, I have the same. But the
Hawks even maybe.
But
Nets.
I would pick the Lakers, and of all teams, Lakers, Sixers, Clippers, Warriors, Bucks. I think the Bucks will make it and win.
Mavs, Grizzlies.
Yeah, I don't have the Suns in there anymore just because.
They're gonna lose Ayton. He brought so much to the team and no one even talked about it.
If they get somebody that's a good center, then yeah, they're still there.
If they get like Vucevic or Clint Capella.
Yeah. They could get Bobby Portis, but he did not play that good.
He's not that good anymore.
Yeah, but I can see that happening.
I would probably say Bucks, Mavericks, or Bucks, Grizzlies. Those are my two teams.
Yeah. Bucks. The Sixers will almost make it.
I'm gonna do Bucks, Grizzlies just because.
It would be the Bucks versus Sixers in the conference finals.
Yeah, and then Grizzlies versus Mavericks.
Dang it! I want the Sixers to win.
I don't think they will though.
I think the Lakers will make it to conference finals. I'm high on them this year because if this does not work, this super team does not work, this big three that they just made, then that's one of the worst things. But I know if the Nets don't make it, then that's the worst ever what they have just done in these years. Oh my gosh.
Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
It's going to be worse than that. Because they're good players. They're all good. They just traded James Harden. They almost lost all of their players in one season. Like, are you kidding? Like, that's the worst thing that they've ever done. They've got James Harden. That's the worst thing that they've done. But they got Ben Simmons now. But it almost ruined their whole team. Because Ben Simmons didn't play. He almost ruined the team because he didn't play. So that means they lost. So they're not happy about that. Everything almost went not their way.
Alright, Super Bowl predictions. The NFC is really hard to pick who.
Only because I pick between the Bucks and Rams for me.
But I feel like another team could come out.
But Gronk is not there.
Yeah.
He's retired.
And everyone's getting older.
You know what? I feel like Gronk will, like, possibly, it's possible, like 25% chance that he will come out of retirement during training camp for some reason. I don't know why he did it before.
Because he's gone.
Yeah. He has brain damage.
CTE.
Yeah. Not as bad as Antonio Brown, but he sounds weird. Like, he talks weird. I pick Rams versus Bills.
I have
Rams
versus Bills. Rams. That's also what I had.
They're just so dominant. Oh my gosh.
Any team in the AFC West or AFC West, yeah, and AFC in general could go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ravens, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos,
Even the Broncos could be up there.
Chargers, Bills.
I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if you said the Raiders. Like,
I think the Chargers they're like my sleeper team. The Chargers could be Super Bowl in the Super Bowl.
I think they're one.
They have everything.
11 or 12.
They have everything you need. Top 5 quarterback. You got Austin Eckler, who's an amazing receiving and underrated power back. You got an amazing receiving core: Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton. You got who they have at tight end now? Get someone new every year.
They don't have Jared Cook anymore.
Gerald
right?
Everett, right?
Yeah, they got him.
Gerald Everett, he's a solid tight end. Offensive line they built up the past 2 or 3 years. It's amazing right now. And their defense, they just bulked up. J.C. Jackson,
one of the best
Sebastian
defenses.
Joseph, Khalil Mack.
Derwin James.
Yeah, they have everything they need.
What about, do you have an NBA draft bust? Who is going to be a bust?
Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
He's on the Kings.
Yeah, that is why. They literally drafted, Tyreek Evans. He was so good in his rookie year, but then they're idiots. He was a point guard, and then they put him at shooting guard, so then he sucked. They're so bad. Are they dumb? He would have, literally, Tyreek Evans would have been, like, top 5 point guard in that era. Like, not in the era, in those, like, 5 years. But also, drugs ruined him, too. But, like, they ruined him more because they changed his whole position. They're dumb.
They could have compared him with DeMarcus Cousins and made it run.
Maybe he could have been better than Derrick Rose. We don't even know, but they just messed up. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Keegan Murray at center and be dumb.
Yeah.
Because he's not a center.
Another person is Chet.
Yeah. Just because of his skinniness.
Alright, you want to do top 10 NFL current quarterbacks to finish it?
Yeah.
One, I think, is pretty simple. Patrick Mahomes. He's the probably top 3 most talented quarterbacks ever. That one play in the Super Bowl pretty much sums up his talent. He was sideways,
yes,
parallel with
on the ground, basically.
Threw it, hit his guy in the helmet. But he drops it.
Yeah. 2 times. He made 2 incredible.
He fell like, wasn't there one where it fell backwards?
Yes.
He's just a freak.
The receivers and the line. And Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce would have definitely got that done, though. Because I trust him the most on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Back then and now.
2, Aaron Rodgers. I agree. Back-to-back MVP has to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been great.
I wouldn't even be mad if you put him at 1, honestly. I almost did.
I wouldn't, but I feel like Mahomes is just too good. He took his team to the Super Bowl his first. It was what, his 3rd year? He won the Super Bowl. His 4th year took his team to the Super Bowl. No other quarterback does that.
Yeah.
3, Tom Brady. What didn't he have like the most passing yards, the most passing touchdowns?
Yeah, because Drew Brees was tired. I think Drew Brees is more impressive because he didn't play as much as Brady.
He was tiny.
But still.
And Tom Brady's the GOAT, so, and he's still good in his 40s. That's the most thing.
Yeah, I don't know how you're playing like this in your 40s. He's 44.
Josh Allen at 4. I could put him at 3, but I don't know. I think him and Tom Brady are close. He can run. He can throw deep.
I don't care if you switch them.
If his deep accuracy gets better, he's a top 2 quarterback.
Okay, 3 Tom Brady, 4 Josh Allen, 5 Justin Herbert. I don't care where you put them around there. I don't even care if you put Justin Herbert at 3. They were all so close. It's
Herbert
crazy.
Is like the perfect quarterback.
Yeah, I think he might be the best quarterback in the league in like 5 years. 3.
He's smart. He has an amazing deep ball. Can throw the medium ball. He's great on outside routes. He's clutch, like in that Raiders game last year. Now that he has a defense, he could be a Super Bowl contender.
I don't even think this is his prime.
No.
That's insane.
He has an even better offensive line. He has better targets.
I think you have the most impossible QB MVP season in like the next like however long his career is. I think because of the 17 games, he'll have like 5,500 yards at some point probably. Because he already had 5,000 last year, right?
Yeah, with 60 touchdowns.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if that happened, but I would. Because nobody has done that before.
If they get like a top tight end like
Because
Waller level.
because if Peyton Manning had 55 or 4, then why can't Justin Herbert, as athletic as he is, and with 17 games, an extra game, why wouldn't that happen? That's possible.
Imagine they got someone like Dallas Goedert or DJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. Maybe.
Because I think Hawkinson's a free agent next year if he doesn't resign.
Yeah.
So if they sign him, he has no excuse to be bad.
Yeah.
He has all the weapons he needs. And then you did top 10, so.
Yeah. Russell Wilson at 6, which is.
Yeah, it's.
Lamar at 7.
Broncos country, that's right.
He always says that now.
Broncos
he loves
country,
that. He
right.
loves those words.
Broncos country, that's right.
I won't be surprised if he went there because he liked that word.
Let's ride. Broncos country.
7 Lamar. Nothing
Greatest
really
rushing
say.
quarterback of all time. 2019 MVP.
He's very underrated because you guys say he can't throw the ball. What are you talking about?
What?
Watch the Colts game, please.
Yeah.
Any game, actually. Like, he wasn't even bad at throwing any game, really.
Except
only a few,
except the Browns game.
Everybody
with the 4
does.
interceptions.
Yeah. That was awful.
He still had a touchdown to win the game.
Dak Prescott, you guys underrate him because you hate them.
I would switch Joe Burrow just because Joe Burrow took his team to the Super Bowl and Dak Prescott has had a better team and
Dak
didn't do it.
has been good his whole career, but
I put Joe at 8.
Yeah, he's better. I think Dak is a better runner, a better passer.
Not a better passer.
I think he is.
No.
I do.
No.
I really do.
No.
What is he bad at?
Nothing. I don't think he's better.
I do, because Joe Burrow, his deep passing is questionable. He doesn't pass it deep.
Yeah, he does. And
but also, Joe Burrow had a good team too.
Not nearly as good as Amari Cooper, C.D. Lamb, Dalton Schultz, top 5 O-line.
I do think.
Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, Dalton Schultz.
It's the Bengals do have a better offense, but except
the
offensive line.
That's like the main thing, though.
They have a better running back, better wide receiver 1 and 2. I think
C.D. Lamb's better than T. Higgins.
It's debatable. I feel like because C.D. Lamb hasn't done crazy things yet.
He has. He just has a dropping issue.
Yeah, I don't see him he's gonna be way better in the future, but he's questionable for me. But tight end, Cowboys, but
by far.
Yeah, it's close.
Back.
I do think Dak though.
Yeah, it's close, but I'd get Joe Burrow. Sam Kyler, not better than Lamar.
I don't see it.
Baby is not better than him.
Yeah, I don't know why people say that.
I still like him as a player, though. He's fun to watch. He's somehow a mini Russell Wilson.
I get annoyed, though.
Somehow smaller than Russell Wilson.
By an inch.
Same thing. He looks way tinier.
I know.
He's thinner.
Yeah, he is. Russ is 5'11", he's 5'10". But also Kyler Murray has DeAndre Hopkins, and Lamar so far has Rashad Bateman in his second season, and Mark Andrews. But that's different because the Cardinals also have
DeAndre Hopkins.
Top 5 receiver, and then they have Zach Ertz. You have both that are good. The Ravens so far, as of now, one good receiver, which is Mark Andrews, because next year it will be Rashad Bateman. He'll be so good. He'll be one of the best young receivers in my opinion. Because he's just that good. But as of now, they have one good receiver because he only played half the season, or less.
Honorable mention, I would put Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is better though.
He's better than Derek Carr.
He is good.
And
I could have put him at the top of that, but I don't know about over these guys.
He's not better than Kyler.
Yeah. Or Dak.
Kyler brings more to the game.
Yeah.
He's more dangerous.
Also, I feel like Dak is more accurate on the run than Joe. Because he does it more.
He does it more, but I don't think he's more accurate. When Burrow does it, Burrow has to always start on the run.
Yeah.
Every play, basically. I don't think he does it more than Joe. He is a top 5.
I feel like he does, but because he always, I don't know, he just escapes pocket for no
plays
reason.
like every face of the franchise Madden YouTuber. He just
Yeah.
runs out of the pocket every play.
Joe Burrow is calm though in the pocket, so he doesn't. I don't think he runs as much.
He has lots of poise, which is what you want in a quarterback.
Yeah. So like he's calm in the pocket. He doesn't. I don't think he passes it on the run as much. That's why he's like Tom Brady in the pocket. Not like that good though, because Tom Brady's the best pocket quarterback of all time by far. He was so calm, even when his O-line was like questionable. I can't really name that much great O-lines Tom Brady had, because like I don't know, he just made them look good. He was a very good pocket quarterback. I rarely see him get sacked.
Oh, another thing about the GOAT debate, but for football, Tom Brady's the GOAT, not Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Yeah,
I see people say that.
I don't know why people say Peyton Manning. He's smarter.
Not really. I don't think he is.
Looking at the defense.
He has a lot more brain in the massive forehead.
Yeah, but I think he's smarter looking at the defense. Like, he knows what's happening. He knows the defense formations.
Same as Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he audibles. He's like, that looks bad, so I'm just going to audible and throw a pick.
Sad read.
Yeah, Tom Brady's at the end of the video. There's a whole video of Bill breaking it down, too. He's like, Ed Reed just intercepts the ball. He's the most feared player I've ever seen. No, I'm feared of him, not him.
Why does Bill Belichick have the most high-pitched voice? When he's like
because he talks like that.
I've ever met.
I would never want to talk to him. Julian Edelman talked about that one time. So.
He's like the scariest looking person ever.
The Emperor from Star Wars. Have you seen that meme? Guys, you have to see that meme if you didn't see it. Well, I don't really care, actually. Okay. I don't know.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Is there anything else that you want to put in?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, John Moran's the greatest basketball player ever.
Mm-mm. Get annoyed by that.
Alright, I think that's...
Alright, guys, so that's our podcast for number 4. Maybe we can make them longer and add more things to the next ones. Yeah, I wonder when we're gonna do another one. We're gonna be talking about the off-season in both NBA and NFL. We talk about them the most. Rarely MLB, but Cedric Mullins is a GOAT because the Orioles suck.
Adley Rutschman.
Yeah.
The Orioles are winning.